All right, happy Monday, Fan Duelers. I hope you all are, well, for one, you're enjoying the doubleheader tonight. If you are playing the slate, I first hope that you got the Steelers defense since they got a pick six. They're currently up 7-3 as I'm talking right now. Carolina is down 6-3. Defense is stalwart game, and Carolina's defense just got an interception as I'm talking to you right now. So I had a feeling, like I said, Vegas knew. I mean, even I know that's one I kind of stayed away from. If I really wanted to play this, I probably would have single game either one. I probably would have single game the Carolina Saints game. But yeah, Vegas knew exactly what they were talking about or thinking about when neither one of these games has over 40 total. I think one was 39 and a half, one was 38 and a half. So other than that, I hope you all had a great Sunday. I had minor success. I would say I'd say a decent day. I was able to get a WFFC ticket for late December, so that was pretty nice, and racked up around $100, so that's a little something. But other than that, this is the week 3 preview, and this will be part 1. Don't want this video to be too long, so I will be breaking this up. Part 2 will be tomorrow. Today I'll be doing it in a pretty unique order, instead of how sometimes I have to start with quarterbacks and then I go on from there with a part 1 to part 2. I'll definitely be doing a little different this week. But before I get into any news, first I would like to once again give anybody the opportunity that want to have a little private league fun on Fan Duel. Once again, Legends of DFS is looking for new members, my league that I run. So if you are interested, please put your Fan Duel name in the comment section below, and I will definitely add you to the league. If you do get to hear this video tonight, I will be checking up in the comment section and I will add you most of the time. I mean, I've been running leagues or whatever. If anybody runs leagues or holds like a weekly thing or a season-long tournament, you know that the new week activates on the Tuesday, and it normally activates at 7 a.m. So you literally would have at least up to 6 a.m. That's around the time when I wake up for work. So I would say like 6:30 or whatever the case is, I could look at the comment section, see your name, and I can invite you. Because once it opens at 7 o'clock, that's it. I won't be able to add you until week 4. So if you want to jump in on the week 3 action, please put your FanDuel member name in the comment section. I will definitely copy paste in the search engine in FanDuel, find you, invite you, and hopefully you see and hopefully you'll be good to go on the invite, as long as I get you in the league before 6:59. I can still get you in. Once it hits 7 o'clock, the new week opens, and I can't really add anybody. So let's get to the news right away. First off, we'll start with all the injuries. All right, so we'll start with this one quick thing or whatever. We'll start with running backs. What's funny is these 2 running backs are not on the slate, but these do have future aspirations and effects through the DFS season. First off, we all know Saquon Barkley diagnosed with that's what they call a regular ankle sprain. So there's not the dreaded high ankle sprain that could keep somebody out for 3 to 4 weeks. This looks like something that could keep Saquon out for 2 to 3 weeks. So that's, I guess, a saving grace there. But now it's the case of, where do the Giants go? And where do the Giants go is a unique thing to ask, because the man that is already rumored to be going there is Mr. Cam Akers. Cam Akers is already being rumored to be going there. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Finally got this right. Sorry about that. So he was a healthy scratch. So right now Cam Akers is pretty much not with the team, pretty much. And Cam Akers is actually being rumored that 7 teams want him. So out of the 7 teams, yes, it's the Giants. Yes, it's the Colts. Yes, and also, let me see, it's Giants, Colts, and among them, I heard it's also Baltimore, since they lost J.K. Dobbins. And, that leaves them a little thin right there. But apparently, one of the interesting teams, I heard it's 7. Those are the main teams that I heard. But according to one of the interesting teams, actually the Carolina Panthers are in the hunt for him. Apparently, I think there was the current running backs coach, Thomas Brown, Akers. That was Akers' old running back coach while he was in LA. So apparently it does seem like it could possibly make sense that he makes it there, I guess. But once again, it's 7 teams that have already talked to the Rams about him. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Well, yeah, I can't find him because he's not on the slate. Sorry about that. I just completely said that. So, but that's the other news right there for 2 guys that are not on the slate. For people who are on the slate, there is no timetable for this ankle injury of Austin Eckler, so it looks like it could possibly be another weekend of Joshua Kelly. I hope you guys followed my advice last week, because he was a fade for me. And when I say fade, not a complete fade, I played in the 25 max and I had him in like 2 lineups. So I definitely wasn't jumping on that gravy train. So I escaped that bullet. Too bad I couldn't really take advantage of it. What we're looking at now is next. Man, the injuries just keep piling up for this season, and this kind of sucks too. Well, he's not on the slate either, but just realized that too. I also got to go over the weekly preview. Once again, it's another 12 games. Giants and 49ers, they play Thursday. And there's another doubleheader again on Monday night where we have Rams, Bengals, Bucks, Eagles. So no Bucks defense, no Godwin, no Mike Evans, no Jalen Hurts, no A.J. Brown, no Smith downfield, no Philly defense, no surprising Rams with Puka Nacua, no Matthew Stafford, and it looks like they're going to have to be without quarterback Joe Burrow, who seemed to have re-aggravated that calf injury from the preseason. So that definitely takes a down hit for Jamar Chase and also T. Higgins, who just literally just had great games. Well, T. Higgins did, last Sunday. We'll head to the wide receivers now, and at least I could bring up the pictures for these guys. I mean, I'm getting off to a horrible start here, but he should be here. Where is he? There goes Zay Jones, Brandon Cooks. I don't see him yet, but for 1 week, we can at least start with. We should be able to at least start with. There we go. Let's scroll all the way down here, and as usual, I can't say boo birds, but people are already talking about my boy Odell Beckham. They made a precise effort to give him the ball early, but then ankle injury. So this is one of those where it was a tweak, not an injury. So Beckham is definitely looking like he's playing next week, but it was just a tweak, and they was kind of careful with it. I don't think it's something serious. I think Beckham is in line for touches next week. But hey, with Beckham and anything, sometimes it could be one of those situations like, hey, we know what Beckham is. We could hold him out. Just give him a week off, and he could be better. Like I said, the Ravens are a team that when they made that Beckham signing, that's like, hey, we need him for the playoffs. So don't be surprised that he does get held out, but the ankle injury is not too serious with him. And then after that, the Steelers going to take a major hit because their rivals, the Steelers, lose, and the Steelers are not on the slate. I do not see the Steelers here. Man, I'm off to a horrible start. But anyway, Deontay Johnson, he's literally out for 4 weeks, so he's on the IR. So that's it for him. So he won't be doing anything for a while. So injury is definitely serious that they got you out for 4 weeks. So, but that's pretty much it right there. And let's start with the preview. And guess where I'm starting? That's right. I'm going to start on defense. Will you look at this? Will you look at this? Look at this. Look at this. The cat is drinking milk out the bowl. Well, it seems like everybody's in unison about how great that Dallas defense is. And even when they don't score a touchdown. Dallas's defense is still going to score. I mean, they didn't score a TD yesterday, but they still were able to rack up 15 points. So if a top defense is normally 5,000, obviously, as you can see right there, 5,200. Normally this doesn't happen until the middle of the season. For this to happen this early, that means the sports book, other betting lines, fantasy teams, experts, they all agree that this Dallas defense is legit. So they're making you pay up a little more. Because remember, automatically when you start building a lineup, right? That's your average per player, 6,667. Now, on a normal day, obviously, when you pick a defense, it's normally 5,000. So now, it's 6,875. That extra 200, now you're starting off at a base of 6,850. Not the biggest difference, but like I said, that extra 200 could go to some type of cheap wide receiver that you possibly want. Because now once you get into the 52s, yes, I understand a defense, even if at 52, the Cowboys score 17 points, they basically 3x as a defense, which is great. But you're kind of asking, hey, they're going over the limit. And normally when they're putting a team over the limit like that is normally by 200. If the Cowboys score another touchdown, this might be the first time a defense might hit the 53, 54, might even 55. That's when you're really making decisions. This is like, when I talk to my boys about it, this is like that year Russell Westbrook had all those triple doubles with the Wizards for like about 2 straight months or whatever, and he was like legit chalk for literally about a month and a half, 2 months, and like you had no choice but to pick him. But the Dallas defense is just, man, they're putting up points, and like I said, man, if they do what they did last week, 5,200, that's basically a 3x. So it still seems like, for what they do, they don't need a touchdown. I've seen this a couple times in my videos from last year, and I've said, when you start pricing up a defense like that, or even picking somebody at the regular limit of 5,000, that team needs to, you always say they need a touchdown. But the power and the speed that Cowboys front seven has, if they rack up 5 sacks, don't give up that many points, and give up and get a fumble recovery and an interception here, then yeah, they cover their costs. It's just that when you pay 5,200, you can't have them giving you what you would suffice for a low 4s, high 3s kind of defensive day. And if they don't get a touchdown, you can't have the Dallas Cowboys giving you anywhere from a 6 to an 11. Like if you do that, that's basically, that you're literally wasting money. You could have paid down, and I'm not gonna lie, I got one pay down defense, but I can't pay all the way down. Some of these matchups are ugly this week. New England is obviously the reason why they're 5,000, because the Jets offense is struggling. But I'm willing to go all the way down. Well, not all the way down, but right there. That's the furthest I'm going. If you're going to go any lower, maybe Tennessee at Cleveland, if you don't believe in Deshaun Watson. But I'm not going to lie. The New England offense is not the Dallas offense. I understand the talks about the Dallas defense, but Dallas offense is still a high-powered offense. New England is not that. That Jet game right there can most likely be a ugly. Now, rivalry games can be something, whatever, but if they can at least move the ball, that could be a very ugly 20-16, 17-13 kind of game right there. I do like the Jets getting at Mac Jones. If you want to pay down, I think this is the lowest you should go. Other than that, if you're not going any lower than that, maybe Tennessee. But I'm not going no lower than this. I'm not taking Indy at Baltimore. Not taking the Falcons going into Detroit. I'm definitely not touching the Chargers Minnesota game. That has the highest total of the whole weekend, with those two suspect defenses, and then Carolina, Denver. No, not doing it. There is no reason to pay down this. I don't care if you're playing cash games. If you're playing cash games, I guess you could take a risk on Houston again. I mean, Houston did end up with a -1. I did recommend them if you're paying down, but I think since I need the points in GPPs, I mean, cash games, I could take a look at Houston again. I could. I could. Jacksonville is a solid offense, but they're not a juggernaut offense. Houston's on the road. Yes, I understand that. But if I'm going that far for cash games, because you're just looking for the optimal plays so you can get as many good plays as you want. As you'll see with my preview, the theme of Fan Duel this week is a lot of people got priced up. This is a very hard slate to figure out. And you'll see why in the next position. Carolina at Seattle, I guess, but like I said, I'm not touching that Chargers game. Atlanta at Detroit, Indy, Baltimore. Yeah, man, I don't think I'm going no lower than 30 or 39. Cash games, if I just want all the players, and hopefully Houston shows up against Jacksonville and could give me at least anywhere from a 4 to an 8. And that allows me to just pay up at 3,200 in a cash lineup setting, then yeah. But in GPPs where you need all the points and you need your defense to at least help you do something, yeah, the Jets home against New England, yes, I will definitely pick that. New England's not a juggernaut offense. They're not a fast-paced offense. That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight with two ugly rivals, and I really think the Jets is the lowest you should go. If that, 100 cheaper, Tennessee. But that's where I'm going. As you can see, the rest of these guys here, Washington, even though they gave up a lot of points, Washington had a great showing. They'll be at home against a turnover-prone Josh Allen. Can they make Josh Allen, overthink and, maybe strip sack him a little bit? Like I said, I've said it even from last year, that how you attack them is the back seven, but, is the back four. But the back four did have a solid day against the Denver wide receivers. Yes, thin core, whatever, Jerry Jeudy's first day back. But that front seven put some pressure on them. And they, like I said, Chase Young will be looking for Josh Allen. Detroit at home, you always got to like them. I always like the Saints defense. Green Bay and the Saints back-to-back, you can pick either or. Literally, in that kind of coin flip game, you're picking the defense who you think the team is going to win. That's pretty much it. Seattle at home against Carolina. They got the rookie Bryce Young. So I guess you could play that narrative. There. Like I said, Cleveland against Tennessee. Passing wise, they're not much. So it's pretty much, is Cleveland going to stop Derrick Henry? And then once again, Washington is not the ultimate offense. So you're looking at Buffalo, Washington, Baltimore, Jacksonville, KC and blowout run, but like I said, KC could probably give up some scrambling touchdowns. I do see Chicago putting up some points in that game, so I really don't think I'll be getting to Kansas City like that. I really do think Kansas City, how everybody's thinking about it, I really do think Kansas City has the ability to probably blow out this game, but probably lose something win like 38-24, something in that matter. I do see Chicago getting some garbage touchdowns, and getting garbage touchdowns means that the defensive score will drop. But yeah, Jets and Titans for me for sure. If you're looking for some upside and, a decent budget. It's not as low as 34, 33, 3,500 what I pick sometimes, but if you're looking for that, I think the Jets are the way to go. I really do this week. If you're looking to pay down. If you want to pay up, you can pay up if you want. But you know me, I'm always going to try and find my way to get the a mid-range upside defense at the same time still giving me the ability to pay. Because if I take the Jets defense, I'm pretty much saving $1,300 from the top defense. So that's saving $1,300 from the top defense. I could do a lot with $1,300. And here we go with the madness. I think FanDuel knew what they were doing by pricing up Justin Jefferson almost 10 to almost 10, technically 9,700. Tyreek Hill, damn near unguardable. He's a risky 9,600 because you definitely gotta respect one of the best. You definitely gotta respect one of the best defensive backfields in the league in Denver. The question is, in that matchup, that offense is so good, and yes, me being a Bronco fan, I think it's literally you have to take the risk of who do they shut down. Do they scheme Tyreek? Because I think one is getting doubled and the other one's going to get played one-on-one. So it looks like you're going to have to either figure that out with either Tyreek Hill, and I'm pretty sure his partner's not too far. There he goes. And then, of course, that's if he plays or whatever, Jalen Waddle. So either way, but these guys are all priced up. The first... Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. I'm surprised Keenan Allen didn't get to 9,000 if that's the case. I'm really surprised. 8,800. A little bit of a dip right there, which means when you look at this week, he looks like he's going to be a great stack. Obviously, that's going to be the game of the week, so he's going to be popular anyway. And just that price right there, the fact that you're saving almost $1,000, from to go to him from Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. I'm already talking about saving money. So you save $1,000, you're pretty much saving $1K to go into Keenan Allen at the wide receiver position, and you're saving $1,300 from going to the Jet if you take the Jets over the top defense, which is Dallas Cowboys or whatever. So already talking money there. But once again, they go CeeDee Lamb at 8,500. Amon-Ra St. Brown, if he doesn't play, man, if he doesn't play now, I did take some chances on this guy last year, and I took some chances on him in the single game. But man, what does 2 touchdowns do for you? Tyler Lockett and DJ Metcalf first off back-to-back at 74-73. That's cute, Fan Duel. But check this out. Look who jumped from 59. Look at you. I see you smiling. I'll smile too if I had that game. Look at that smile. You better get them fake ass Jerry curls out of here. Anyway. Josh Reynolds had himself a game. He had himself a decent game in KC. I had a bit of him in the single game. But the man had 2 touchdowns. If he only had 1 touchdown, Josh Reynolds would probably been in the mid-6s. I'm dead serious. He definitely would have been in the mid-6s. That's for sure. But he had an amazing game with the 2 touchdowns. I had him in a few lineups. He helped me alleviate some salary after mini stacking. I had some Justin Herbert and some Keenan Allen, and I think that was the lineup that actually helped me get the WFFC ticket. So definitely did his thing there. Chris Olave against Green Bay, who will keep scrolling down. Calvin Ridley looks to bounce back at home against Houston. Once again, like I said, DK and Tyler Lockett, they're together. Mike Williams gets another shot at getting some deep threats, getting some deep looks. Like I said, that's the way you beat Minnesota. Beat them through the air. I mean, the defense is pretty soft anyway. But Mike Williams, this looks like this could be the game where Mike Williams gets the few catches and he catches that one long bomb that gets him that 20-point upside that he is capable of. Like I said, Josh Reynolds. And once again, those Houston guys. Once again, it's Nico Collins leading the way. But then once again, one of the guys that I did refer to you guys before, Robert Woods, had another solid game. And this core, they are letting Stroud sling the ball. So you got Robert Woods, who had another. I recommended him as a cheap option. You just need him to boom instead of like doing okay. He's missing the touchdown, but look at that, 19 targets in 2 weeks. I told you Stroud was comfortable with him, but it seemed like Stroud is comfortable with everybody because CJ Stroud is damn near throwing the ball 35 freaking times a game. So you got Nico Collins right here, who's pretty much leading the way. And he's the one that's getting the touchdowns. Like, you're seeing these numbers right now. Yeah, he's getting way more yards, but he's getting about the same amount of targets. And yes, Robert Woods is the veteran. He's not as spry and as fast as Nico Collins and these other guys. But Robert Woods is also, I think about 1,000 and change cheaper than the 6,900 Nico Collins. So, once again, I still believe in Robert Woods, but hey, Nico Collins is still a good option. But Robert Woods, he's going to get that week where he gets that touchdown. He's gonna that week is gonna happen. You're gonna have to look at Tank Dell. He's gonna get a boost in playing time with the injuries. With Noah Brown's injury, so Tank Dell would be in the slot, and he's actually started well. He's also another one that had 7 to 10 targets, 72, and he had the touchdown. So it's the 2 young guys getting the touchdown. One day Robert Woods will get the touchdown, but I think Tank Dell is a solid. And then against Jacksonville, he's a solid option for this week because a lot of guys, as you can see, are priced up. There's a lot of expensive guys, and with the theme of this week, with everybody being priced up, it seems like you're gonna have to pick a stack and then either decide to bring one comeback or a double comeback, and then figure out what else you're gonna do with the rest of that lineup. You're gonna have to seriously be faithful to your stack of what you pick. Let's get back to all teams and keep scrolling down. But yeah, that was the one thing that made me laugh. I saw Josh Allen was just 5,900 just a couple of days ago. Now he's at 7,000. These guys right here. There's something about when I see these three guys right here. Jordan Addison, he's showing the big playability, and LA Chargers can be beat deep. I think the Chargers, like I said, that game is definitely going to shoot out. So far this season, week 1, week 2, the games that are expected to shoot out, when it comes to the Sunday matchup, games that are expected to shoot out, they have shot out, so they have yet to disappoint. So, like I said, I think a young kid like Jordan Addison, he's already shown the flash. Forget flash, but to me, he's a legit deep threat for Minnesota, even though Justin Jefferson's a deep threat, but he's the all-around pro right there. Justin Jefferson does it. Justin Jefferson attacks defenses deep, mid-range, and short range. So Jordan Addison is definitely somebody you're probably going to have to use that, and that's not much salary relief at 6,800. Gabe Davis, he's definitely going to be the one that's going to be in charge of at least stretching defense. If the Washington defense, I've always said the Washington defense is a defense that you can attack through the air. For the past few years, they're also one of those teams that have a good front seven. But if you're going to attack them, hey, the Broncos did show you can beat them deep. They were beaten deep a couple of times last week, and I think that's where Jordan Addison will. I think that's where Gabe Davis will be able to attack the Washington Commanders. Michael Pittman has had a solid game, has had a solid year so far. I think he's going to be fine regardless. Anthony Richardson is showing flashes of being a solid all-around quarterback. Now, he did get a concussion protocol, but the fact that the coach was smart enough to get somebody like Gardner Minshew, who is also a mobile quarterback, but obviously with a better, more accurate arm, does not hurt Michael Pittman at all. So do not be afraid to go with Michael Pittman. The man damn near is already over 20 targets, and he's either just shy of 10 fantasy points, or he booms for almost 20. Because like I said, with the targets and his yards after the catch, because he's also a deep threat as well, and a deep slant guy, yeah, once he gets the touchdown, he's already sniffing 20 points for his day. Drake London, Atlanta. The Atlanta wide receivers are interesting, him and Kyle Pitts. But if Drake London, him and Drake London, if they decide to at least throw the ball a little bit, hopefully they do throw it to Drake London. I mean, when you look at that, obviously week 1, they was like, okay, we're just going to run the ball a lot. Week 2, they still ran the ball a lot, but they at least threw it Drake London's way a decent bit, and he was able to get that touchdown. Because as you can see, the touchdown saved his day, literally. Because if you minus 6 off that, 6,500, and you take away 6, then what is he? That's what a 9.7. So he needs the touchdown because the pass volume is not there in their case. Christian Kirk, nice matchup against Houston. That's how you beat them. Like I said, the Broncos are definitely going to, if the Broncos defense can't slow down either of that high-powered Miami offense, you're going to be looking at Cortland. You're definitely going to be looking at Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy looking to catch up, because they will be down. They will be down in that game. Zay Flowers he's just showing off his immense speed. He's an amazing deep threat, and he's just going to get it together. That rookie is just going to get it together. 10 targets one week, 5 targets the other. That, like I said, he has yet to even touch the ceiling. You're just seeing the flashes. The 13.2 and 8.8 can easily be 2 weeks of over 20 points and high teens. That's his potential. We'll keep going down right here. We got Zay Jones with an injury. We got Brandon Cooks with an injury. But I want to keep going down here a little bit. There we go. We're talking about Robert Woods, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Jones. He's a wild card. It's just that he's not getting the targets. That looks like a good GPP play. Plus, with his salary relief. But here's the problem: KJ Osborne is getting overshadowed by the 2 wide receivers and then TJ Hawkinson. So if you go with KJ Osborne is definitely a huge GPP play, because as you can see, it's fine. It's not like he's being totally ignored. 6 targets. But when you compare the targets to what everybody else is getting, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to really pick KJ Osborne, because you can literally go from Justin Jefferson to Hawkinson to Addison. and then it's him. GPP play here? Oh yes, that is a big GPP play. If he can at least get one touchdown, or if you stack it right and stack it in with him, I think you get very different with KJ Osborne this week. And then obviously as you keep going down, like I said, in blowout run, you don't know what the Chiefs are going to do. Yes, they got Kelsey back, but yes, Sky Moore is back. Sky Moore is there. Rashad Bateman, Kadarius Toney. This is where you start, getting a bit deep. GPP plays, these Nelson Aguilar. There goes Tank Dell. We was talking about Houston earlier. Valdez-Scantling. You just don't know with this week. If Beckham is somewhat healthy, I would definitely pick Beckham because, like I said, they showed the emphasis of giving him the ball and throwing targets at him to make him more involved because he jumped out in the first quarter with literally 4 targets, and then that's when the ankle injury happened. So 5,300 for Odell Beckham, that's another nice GPP play. I don't think I'll be going anywhere deeper after that, going down this far. Like I said, with Casey, you never know. Justin Watson might get a touchdown here, but I don't think... Khalil Shakir, he might have to. If Washington could get pressure on Josh Allen and not have him comfortable to launch it, and maybe if Josh Allen has some self-control, Khalil Shakir could pick up the garbage, underneath stuff or whatever. It's just a question of, can he get you a touchdown? But I'm not going no deeper than that. Not here. Definitely not here. Definitely not. I don't see myself going down that far. But yeah, the prices are up, man. Like I said, it's the very first thing that I noticed. Justin Jefferson, 10K. Tyreek Hill, he's up there. Keenan Allen, he should be 9,000 or at least 9,192. But like I said, Fan Duel was not playing with the pricing this week. And I'm gonna start wrapping this one up as it's about the half-hour mark as I look at my timer. And you see the milli is only 1% full. Well, not milli, but file indicator first. But other than that, that's the end of part 1. Hopefully the injury news. Hopefully you like the news and a little mini preview of the slate. Part 2 tomorrow. We'll go right in this order. We'll go to quarterbacks, running backs, and then tight ends. And that'll be the end of the week 2 preview. So this is part 1. Part 2 definitely coming out tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are doing okay in these 2 low scoring games. I still see 7-3, 6-3. Like I said, if I wanted to, I would have played Saints. I would have played Saints Panthers most likely single game, but wanted to get the video out and all that other stuff. And like I said, I got my own research to do. Like I said, as I go over it tomorrow, you're gonna see like I said, the prices are expensive, so these stacks are gonna be pretty expensive. When I looked and I saw once again, especially with their matchup, what Mahomes and Kelsey just cost alone, it's man. Like I said, you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. And like I said, this is definitely a week that you're gonna have to pick a stack, and then there's gonna be one of those. You're going to have to pick something to go along with the stack, whether if you can afford the run back or get some for another game, and then you're going to look at it, not like it, but you're going to have to deal with it, because sometimes to win a GPP, you're going to have to do things either that you don't like, or at the end of your roster build, you're going to look at it and be like, I don't really like it, but hit submit anyway. It's not going to be some easy Lego pieces stuff, I think, so far, in this early part of the year, but this is definitely going to be one of the more difficult slates to roster construct, as we'll continue going over the salaries for week 3. Once again, tomorrow it will be quarterbacks, running backs, and tight ends. I hope you liked today's episode. This is Grade A Fantasy. Oh, most importantly, please like and subscribe. Once again, I hope you like the content. This is Grade A Fantasy, signing off. And for those who are playing the slates or 2 single games, and hey, if any DraftKings people decide to stop by and you're playing Showdown or you're playing the full slate, good luck tonight and enjoy the football.